the one way to become fluent in English. Many people spend years learning English. They read books, they study grammar, they memorize long vocabulary lists. Some even watch hours of English videos. And still they say the same thing: I can't speak fluently. Have you felt that way too? If so, you are not alone. But here is the truth. Fluency is not about how many words you know. It's not about perfect grammar. And it's not about passing a test. Fluency is about flow. It's about being able to speak naturally, without stopping every few seconds to search for words. And there is only one way to get there. One simple but powerful way. You must speak, every day, out loud. This may sound too simple, but it works, and science agrees. Let's begin with a question. What does fluent really mean? For most people, fluency means being able to speak smoothly. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to keep the conversation going. You need to be able to express your thoughts, even if your words are simple. Fluency is not about sounding like a native speaker. It's about being understood and feeling confident when you speak. So why do so many people struggle with speaking? One big reason is fear. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of sounding silly. Fear of being judged. This fear is very common. In fact, many learners know enough English to speak, but they stay silent. They wait until they feel ready. But that day never comes. The truth is, the only way to feel ready is to start speaking, even if you're nervous. Let me tell you about a woman named Maya. She was from Thailand and had studied English in school for 12 years. She could write long essays. She could pass English tests. But when she moved to Australia, she found it hard to join conversations. People spoke fast. She didn't understand jokes. She was afraid to ask questions. She thought people would laugh at her mistakes. For weeks, she avoided speaking. Then one day, she met an old woman at the park. The woman smiled and asked, "Do you live around here?" Maya answered with just one word, "Yes." But that short answer opened a door. They started talking, slowly, carefully. The woman didn't laugh. She listened. She waited, and she smiled. That one small talk changed Maya's life. From that day, Maya made a new rule for herself. Speak every day, no matter what. You see, fluency grows with use, just like muscles. If you want to be strong, you lift weights. If you want to be fluent, you use your voice every single day. In 2012, researchers from the University of Cambridge studied two groups of English learners. Group A studied English using textbooks. They focused on vocabulary and grammar. Group B spent time each day speaking English out loud, even if they were alone. After just 8 weeks, Group B showed faster progress in fluency, confidence, and reaction speed. Why? Because the brain learns differently when you speak. Speaking builds connections in the brain that reading or writing alone cannot build. Speaking also trains your mouth. It helps your tongue and lips move in new ways. English sounds are different from your native language. Your brain might know the word, but your mouth needs practice to say it smoothly. This is why silent learners often freeze when they try to speak. Their brain knows, but their mouth does not. Now you may say, "But I have no one to talk to." That's okay. Speaking to yourself still works. You don't need a partner. You just need a voice, your own voice. Try this. When you wake up, say out loud what you plan to do that day. For example, "Today I will go to work. I have a meeting at 10. After work, I'll cook dinner." At first, it may feel strange, but soon it becomes normal. Then, try describing your surroundings. This is my bedroom. The walls are white. There is a small desk in the corner. Again, it may seem simple, but this simple practice builds confidence and speed. You can also try voice journaling. At the end of the day, talk about what happened. I was tired this morning. I had coffee with my friend. We talked about travel plans. If you want, record yourself. Listen back after a week. You'll hear progress. One powerful method is shadowing. This means you listen to a native speaker and try to speak at the same time. For example, watch a YouTube video with subtitles. Listen to a sentence, pause, then repeat. Try to copy the rhythm and tone. Over time, this helps your brain and mouth work together faster. It's like singing along to music. At first, you miss words, but later, you match the song. Let me share a story about a man named Carlos. He was from Brazil and worked in IT. He understood English well, but could not speak fluently. So he made a decision. He spoke to himself for 10 minutes every day. He described his work. He imagined conversations. He even argued with himself in English. After 3 months, he joined an online English speaking group. At first, he was shy, but he could speak, not perfectly, but clearly. One member of the group said, "Carlos, you sound great. Have you lived abroad?" He smiled and said, "No, I just talk to myself a lot." That's the power of daily speaking. Here's something else to understand. Fluency does not come from knowing more. It comes from using what you already know. Some learners say, "I need to study more first." But you don't need more. You need to speak more. Even basic words can express big ideas. You don't need to say, "I am extremely disappointed." You can say, "I feel very sad." Simple is powerful. Also, remember this: mistakes are not the enemy. They are your teachers. Every fluent speaker made thousands of mistakes. Even children learning their first language make mistakes every day. They don't stop. They keep trying. You must do the same. If you say something wrong, it's okay. The important thing is you tried. Another reason daily speaking works is because it builds automaticity. This means your brain starts to react quickly, without thinking step by step. Think of how you drive a car or ride a bicycle. At first, it's slow and awkward, but later, you don't even think. It becomes natural. Speaking English is the same. In 2017, researchers published a study in the journal Applied Linguistics. They found that learners who practice speaking English for just 10 minutes a day improved their fluency 3 times faster than those who only studied grammar. Why? Because practice creates speed. Speed creates confidence. Confidence leads to more practice. It's a circle that feeds itself. So, how can you begin? Start small. Speak for just 2 minutes a day. Talk to yourself in the shower. Describe what you see on your walk. Read simple stories out loud. Repeat phrases from a movie. Ask questions and answer them yourself. For example, say, "What did I eat today?" "I ate rice and chicken." "Did I enjoy it?" "Yes, it was tasty." Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait to feel ready. The perfect time is now. Speak now, every day, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, even when it feels strange. Each time you speak, you build a bridge between silence and fluency. And remember Maya? After 1 year of speaking daily, she gave a speech at her office. Her coworkers listened in silence. When she finished, they clapped. One person said, "Your English is beautiful." She smiled, not because it was perfect, but because it was hers. So here is the truth again. The one way to become fluent is to speak, Not someday, not only with a teacher, not only when you're confident, but every single day. With your voice, out loud. Start with what you have. Use the words you know. Let go of fear. Be brave. Speak anyway. And little by little, day by day, your voice will grow stronger. That is the true path to fluency, and it's already in your hands.